Welcome to Shavashav on the Daf. We're holding in Chulin Daf and Vov. The Gemara in the end of the base brings in the pasuk Hu Oscho v'Chorineko. The Gemara brings two drushes. One drusha is Melamed Shabar Kadosh Baruch Hu Karnin Yeris Ba'Adam. Kadosh Baruch Hu created in the Adam different chambers, different parts of the body. Shim Nefach Echos Mehem Ein No Yochel Lichos. If any one of them change its location, change its place, so he can't live. And then the Gemara brings, the Rameir says, Hu Oscho v'Chorineko. It's a city that has anything in it. Mimeno Koyanov, Mimeno Neviov, Mimeno Sarov, Mimeno Melochov. The Koyanim, the Nevim, the Sarim, the Melochim, all come from Am Yisroel. Am Yisroel has everything within them. The Chasam Sofer, in the Sefer Torah Moshe in Parshas Hazinu, he says, he says, what is the connection between these two drushes that the Gemara is telling us? So he says the connection is like this. The same way by the body, what the Gemara is telling us that if any aver, any limb, any different part of the body changed its place, so the Adam is treiful, the Adam cannot exist. Same thing applies to Am Yisroel. Everyone in Am Yisroel has a tafkid, has a job, then that is his tafkid, that is his duty. The king has to be the one who is running the Medina, he's running the country for Am Yisroel. He's the one fighting their wars. That's his job, that's his duty. If a Kadosh Baruch Hu came and chose him, that means that he is the most fitting person in all Am Yisroel to be the leader, to be the king, to be the one who is ruling and is the one who's noyig binyan Medina. If the king decides that he wants to sit and learn, that's what he wants to do. He wants to sit down and go into Klal and learn Yom V'Layla. So then what's going to happen? Am Yisroel will not have the leader that needs to come and dictate and run the show. The lashon of the Chasam Sofer is Kol ha'anoga te'gruo u'b'shigoyin v'lo yiskayim shua medina koyegin. Everything will go crazy. Similar to the Koyanim. The Koyanim, their job is to be the ones who are doing the avodah in Beis Hamikdash. If the Koyanim decide, you know what, we wanted to be oisik and other mitzvahs, so then they're violating their tafkid, their job, their duty that Kadosh Baruch Hu gave them. And he says, this is your mitzvah. This is your job. This is your duties. Of course, Melech, the Koyanim, everyone has to do all the mitzvahs, and they're mechuyev to learn Torah. But the shayla is, what is their main focus? The main focus is the job that Kadosh Baruch Hu gave them. So if any one of them decides to do someone else's job, so then there is the idea of Yichoreneko. Kadosh Baruch Hu did Karnani Yeris Ba'Adam. The same way by the Adam, if he changes the different parts of the body, change and move from one place to another, the Adam becomes treifa. So also Am Yisroel, if the one who has a certain job decides to do something else, so Am Yisroel becomes treifa. And maybe one can add to the Chasam Sofer that this really applies to every single individual. Everyone has a tafkid, has a job, has a duty that Kadosh Baruch Hu gave him to do. We mentioned in the past, the Morainaim, the name of the Baal Shem Tov, that the job that a person has to do is miyuchot for him, and no one else can do that job. It's his own personal mission that nobody else has this generation or any other generation throughout the history of the world. So the same way the Chasam Sofer says regarding the king, regarding the Sarim, regarding the Koyanim, they have a certain job and they have to focus on it. Every individual needs to be focusing on what HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave in front of him, that is what he needs to accomplish. Reb Tzadok HaKohen in the Sefer Divrei Sofrim Ois Chav Daled adds that every job and every mission that there is in Am Yisroel, the Gemara says is coming mimenu, coming from Am Yisroel. So Parshat Shah means that Am Yisroel doesn't have to import Kohanim, Levim, Nevim from somewhere else. But the Reb Tzadok says there's another dimension to it, there's another oimik to it. The pshat is that anyone in Am Yisroel is because of Am Yisroel. Because of the cheshivus of Am Yisroel, then you have a concept of Kohanim, of Levim, of Melech. If Am Yisroel is not Roy, so the Melech is not Roy. Ein mailas koyanim nevim u'melochim mitzad atzmom. Like mitzad bnei Yisrael shehem mehem u'mechlolam nivcharu. They're because of Am Yisroel, that's why they're chosen. They're representing Am Yisroel as a whole. That's why in Eicha it says gam neviyero lo yimotzu chazon. When Am Yisroel is not acting properly, so the nevim don't have nevuos. By Melech it says mikerev achecho tokim. It has to come from Am Yisroel, and that's the rule. A pinus goes based on the generation. And he adds, because the pasuk says the Gabi Levim, it says the word Bnei Yisrael, it says 5 times. And Rashi says why? Lo yidiach chibosam shel Yisrael that shekofel askarosam. But we're talking here regarding the Bechira of the Levim. So why are we mentioning Am Yisrael? Because Levim were not standalone. There's some group that was chosen to be Levim. Levim are Mimenu from Am Yisrael. They represent Am Yisrael. The mile of Am Yisrael is that Am Yisrael has Levim. Because the Kodesh Baruch Hu is mechav Am Yisrael so much, he gave the mile to Levim to represent them. And he adds the heavy generations has, based on that level of generation, the level of the Kohanim, the Levim, and the leaders. That's why, who is the biggest Kohen of all? Aaron HaKohen. Aaron HaKohen was in the Dor HaMidbar, which is the highest generation of all. So every generation has the Kohen that belongs, that fits that generation. That's what the Gemara means, Mimenu Kohanov, Mimenu Neviov, Mimenu Sarav, Mimenu Melachov. Anyone who wants to join or sponsor the Shomach Shava Shiurim, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.